Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say this about Bitowns. I know many people are saying, John, what are you saying? What do you say? This is my final thoughts. In fact, this is not my last thoughts, but this is a nugget that I want to tell you about. Bitowns was not a heist. Remember, it doesn't mean if you say something is a heist and then something falls, it doesn't mean that your reason for what has happened is the right reason. Remember, you are looking at things outside of Bytown. So you were not there in the Zoom meetings. You were not there when we spoke with the CEO himself and the leadership. Remember, there were meetings also of the leadership, meaning any concerns that are coming from the members for the new entrants would come to the leadership, and the leadership will take it to the CEO and the management of Bytowns. In every company, remember, there's a structure. Sometimes you need to prove yourself by hard work, by being a leader, to be invited in such places. So I was there. Remember, guys, it was my first time embarking on a ROI-based company, the binary system. It was the first time. Remember, I'm the master of online click a button. So I was like, you know what? Let me try something new. Let me challenge myself. Let me see if I would succeed with such market conditions of the ROI. So Bytowns to me was not like some people will also have a speculation that they paid John to be in Bytowns and to advertise. No, guys, I was in the online click a button, predicting the rise and fall of companies nicely there. So when I entered the market space of the ROI-based business, the binary, the MLM, I was like, hey man, what's happening here? So the reasons for me joining and the why I joined Bytowns is absolutely things that I'm telling you. I wanted to try something new. Remember, I was not a master of binary. I had to be a student. I had to ask questions every day. The leaders from Bytowns, the ones that we are now even, sometimes we talk and we communicate, they know. I was like, guys, what is binary? Although in my institute I teach binary, but I'm like, how to succeed in binary, because they have been in binary. So it was also a way for me to experience something that when I come back in the institute, I say, guys, this is how people make money. This is the stories that I've heard. You will also get the quality of the information from a man who has experienced the system rather than me talking theory. So I was there and I was watching the meetings that were happening. And in the beginning of Bytowns, let me actually tell you something, guys. In the beginning of Bytowns, the system was already flawed. And the reason why Bytowns is gone today, the reason why Bytowns, in fact, Bytowns is not gone forever, is gone for the African market. Guys, I'm going to tell you the truth and the truth only. Bytowns is gone. Bytowns has collapsed. The vision is not collapsed, but it has collapsed in the African market. Do you understand what I'm saying? If it was gone, why is the CEO still on Telegram? And why are you blaming leaders instead of going to the Telegram of the CEO, the Facebook of the CEO, the YouTube of CEO, and say you are a scammer, you are taking up our money? Remember now, that's why I said to you, it is better to have a CEO that is visible, that you could actually go to his comments and comment and say, bring back my money, man, than a CEO that you don't know. When things collapse, there is nowhere to be found. Do you understand why I say what is better? Is it better to be in love with a lover that you can see, who lies straight to your face, or a lover in which you can't see, who only texts you? You know, the romantic scams. It's better to be deceived and make your own conclusions and decisions whilst you are hearing the man. Don't come and blame us now and say, hey, well, now you show. No, you had an opportunity to come to a Super Sunday and hear the CEO yourself. Meaning you also were convinced, just like me, You were also, because remember, you had a chance to hear yourself, right? This is a lie or this is not, or am I lying? So you also bought in the same vision in which I have bought in the same vision. So how my thoughts on why and how I believe Bitowns fell and what's going on with Bitowns, because people are wondering and say, John, you came, you introduced us to the CEO. You've even taken upon yourself the name of the man. Remember, I studied what he has done in the past. I was like, this man, I want to become like the man. In passion, in hard work, in consistency, in building the online systems, in teaching people with Zoom sessions. I did everything that he has done. I duplicated the Vang's method of success and I started succeeding. Remember, when it comes to Bitowns, I was the first male to achieve a rank in Bitowns, the first male in Bitowns. So I made history in a way in Bitowns to be the first man to appear at a rank that is full of women. Competition, the big networkers now, even my mentors, Tembishi Lenge and Lucia Mabusela was there also. I was learning from them. I was learning also from Wealthy Charmaine. Remember, these are the people that I followed closely, that we communicated. And whenever I had a question, I would ask them, how do we succeed in the binary? How do we succeed in the MLM? Give me all the tricks, the hacks, and you understand, the Al-Qaedas of the industry. Then I took everything and absorbed it. And I infused it with what I learned from Giovanni now, the Ponzi industry, the clicker button industry, the industry that is making many people money without realizing. Then I've combined the knowledge together and I created what is called the Vang's $1 million strategy, which made one of my people succeed also. Do you understand? At a short period of time. So the question is, what do I believe happened with Bitowns? Why did it collapse? Guys, Bitowns didn't collapse because of it was a money heist. That's your own theory. That's your own philosophy. Bitowns didn't collapse because of they were planning to collapse or they were planning to jack people's money. No, Bitowns didn't collapse because of that. Bitowns, let me tell you the truth. Bitowns collapsed because of they refused to listen to top network marketers like Tembishi Lenge and Lucia Mabusela and other leaders. They refused to listen. You know, guys, we were in a meeting, first month in Bitowns, and I was remember I was the first male like to qualify at the rank, to hit the rank in Bytown. So some of the meetings I was invited, as a leader. So I was hearing. Now I was never speaking. I was always keeping quiet and hearing and listening to the people that have made it in the game. So there was a time when Timby was like, and Lucia, they were telling the CEO, Ivan Vangbo, the CEO of Bytowns, the founder and the CEO, they were telling him, hey, my man, your system is flawed, man. You can't keep on allowing people to come with 500, to come with 1,000 and make a million. This is not sustainable for the business. You're going to make the business crash. So I saw the concern in her eyes, in Tembi Shilenge's eyes, the concern. Because remember, she has put also her name in the company. She was the pioneer of Bytown. She was the first lady to get a link in Africa. I suppose she was one of the first people to get a link in Africa, meaning the whole of Africa, Kenya, Zimbabwe, was flowing through her link. So she had the burden of a leader to say, please, Vangs, implement this system. Otherwise, Bytowns won't last. There will be people who are coming in the system with bad intentions and they will loot the system. And Vance, what did he do? Yeah. I will look into that with my team. So Bytowns collapsed because of a man became stubborn, refused to listen to top networkers. Remember, these are if you are going to invite people like Tembisi Lenge, Lucia Mabusela, Chabe, Happy Simelane, do you understand? What are the other names? Top network marketers. You cannot invite such people and then not expect the, your company to blow up. That's why Bitowns blew at the first month that it came. It took the whole attention of Africa and South Africa. The men didn't implement the correct systems. In the end, the last Zoom that we had, remember, he was crying. Imagine the CEO expressing his thoughts, why he feels like he's being robbed. So he was like, I've been robbed. When I look at the dashboard, I see a mess. And he was telling us the position in which he had in the company. He was there to recruit people. He was there to hire people. He hired developers. In fact, the developers, they failed the man. I believe that he hired the wrong developers. The people that are not bright or they're not deep in knowledge when it comes to building a ROI system that is sustainable to take people to 2 years, to 5 years, he didn't hire the right people. So one of the mistakes that the CEO and one of the downfall of Bytown was that the CEO hired the wrong people to develop his system. The system was flawed. Someone could come with 500 and make 200,000 without even putting back the money inside the system. So people, networkers, people, remember guys, there are people that are looters of the system. They know how the binary works. They were looting. Hey guys, hey, it was a mess. So why did Bytowns fall? Number one, the CEO refused to listen to Thembi Shilenge, Lucia Mabushela, and the likes of other leaders. The CEO hired the wrong people to develop his systems. The system kept on failing. The system kept on upgrading. The system, you understand? So he hired, it's like he hired cheap in the industry. Yeah, it's like he was saving, he was budgeting, and yet he's a multi-millionaire. But why did you budget? Why didn't you get the best of the best of the best in the game? Why didn't you hire people that will sit down with you and script down the sustainability of a structure? Because already you have rentals, already you have property, already you have crypto traders. All you needed to do was to balance out the system. And the reason why I believe that Bytowns fell, it was because of ignorance from the CEO. The CEO was ignorant. He thought he knew. And yet to find out that binary is not a child's play. And also, what caused Bytowns to fail? Remember, Bytowns, the CEO had a good vision, good intentions, but a bad strategy. Hired wrong, didn't listen to the top networkers when they told him to fix the system, to create this like this. He didn't do it at but I remember time. If you waste 2 days, people will loot your system. People will make millions with 1,000 rand. That's not sustainable for a platform because of now. There's not money coming in, it's only money coming out. So who will survive? So don't think that they made money. Bytowns didn't make money, didn't heist nothing. It was a failed project. Management problem. Do you understand? So don't have a mentality when you see us coming into the internet and you think we'll always give you bad companies. No. Bytowns was the best company in 2025. It was refreshing to have such a company, have such a CEO, have such a... It's just that things didn't work out well. So it was a failed project, failed business in Africa. It failed in Africa. Why? Because the CEO was ignorant. The points that I've told you about, he was ignorant, the man. These are my thoughts about Bytowns, ladies and gentlemen. So you out there, when you say, yeah, it's the highest, you will see Thembi is there, Happy Silmalan is there. It's not that when big influencers in the company are in the company is going down. No, guys, don't have such a mentality. You'll stay one day behind. When these people come with the project, when my mentor Thembi comes with the project, and you see me there, and you think that, oh, they're going to heist us again. Kanti, they will get a CEO that will listen to them, and you see us soaring with the company for 5 years. So don't cry on spilled milk. And don't think what you thought it was the one. Remember, you were not there in the private meetings that we had with CEOs where leaders were voicing out the problems and saying, fix this CEO, fix this CEO. according to our experience, companies fail because of this and this and this. Don't also walk in the same direction of failure, of the failed platforms. Here's a way. We are showing you how to do it and how to become better so that Bitowns could make it in 2026 and 2027. But the CEO failed to listen. And also, there was also rumors that I heard, guys. Hey, you know what, guys? It was first time hearing these things. Me, remember, I was not. It was my first time in a way-based business, in the binary business. So I was hearing strange things. In fact, there were even people, big leaders, that were buying other networkers. You see, it means Bitowns failed because of, part of the reason it was because of networkers also. Yes, it was because of the CEO who hired bad, who refused to listen, but also the networkers, the big ones, they contributed to the heist. It was not a heist of Bitowns, but it was also a heist by the networkers. Some people were buying other leaders. Imagine, I would hear that there was a leader from this one who was bought to say, come work at under my binary structure, and I'll give you a leg that is running with 1 million volume, a leg that is running. Do you understand? That's wickedness, guys. But otherwise, I can say that's wickedness, but according to them, that's business. You need to be wise. They saw a loophole in the system. So what did they do? They exploited the system. And in return, what did it do? It bankrupted Bitowns. And now Bitowns had to make payouts on the 18th of this month, November, and the 29th of November. But where are the funds? They were looted. Because of why? The CEO didn't listen. The networkers became greedy. So, hey, guys, I'm just updating you. This is Click a Button News with John Lekay. I'm just telling you what is really happened with Bitowns and where is my stance with Bitowns and why it has fallen. Why Bitowns has fallen. So the question is Bitowns a scam or was it legit? So according to me, it was legit. It had all the legitimacy, the founder and the CEO, do you understand, who had a vision to take Bitowns to greater heights, but he missed certain vital things that caused his downfall. I mean, guys, understand that no man can come and bring his reputation just like that in order to fail. Life does not work like that. Who will believe now Fangs anymore in the future? No African will believe in him. So it's not about us promoters, us networkers, no. It's about the man behind the vision. We all listened to him. Even you, when you joined under me, you were in the Super Sunday. You heard that the man has a great vision. But the problem is, he became stubborn. He became full of himself. He didn't want to learn. He didn't want to learn from top networkers. So it became his downfall. He himself made himself fall. And in addition to the fall, the networkers played the dangerous games, buying people from that one, buying that one, buying that one, using the money in which they've looted in the system to buy another people, another leaders, to loot more money because of the system was flawed. These are my final thoughts from John Lekay, the wolf of Click a Button, aka Vance Jr. Only one word.